Hello there and welcome to River Network Housing on River Network Television, Jill.
Wow,
Isn't that amazing?
absolutely.
And we're here to encourage you, to encourage ourselves. We're coming up to celebrating our
3-year anniversary.
three-year anniversary. Come on, so we're just going to share a little bit about that story, and then we're going to talk about who we are and what we do, the accomplishments, the successes, what we've seen achieved in many, many people's lives in the community and everything, July.
Absolutely.
What an interesting story. So it started just before 3 years ago, didn't it?
Indeed, indeed.
3 years ago, I was speaking to somebody, a property developer, landlord, local businessman, and he had a property that was he was looking to rent out lease. And I shared how, I've pioneered and worked in supported housing for decades, and Jill has supported me in that, pioneered new projects, even written a book on it. Service user involvement, reaching the hard to reach, got a professional diploma in housing. Since then, Jill's got a diploma in housing. So we know what we're talking about. And anyway, so we spoke with the landlord, we spoke with the local council, shared our vision, because there'd been homeless projects, housing projects, supported housing in Derbyshire, where we are, in Matlock and Matlock Bath, but they'd closed down. There'd been crime, serious incidents, not good. Anyway, so we spoke to the council and we were progressing that. And then the council said, well, you might not need that property. We've got access to 2 properties. Tell us more. So they connected us with another charity, housing provider, met with the chief exec, spoke with him. He was very happy for us to take them over. So then we spoke to the property developer, the landlord, and very, very quickly, we soon took over 1 and then 2 properties, didn't we, Jill?
We did, yeah.
That's the basic story from my side.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, it was, we officially took over one of the properties, our first property, on beginning of June, 3 years ago.
Good.
And then the second property we took over, I think it was about the first or second week in August, because they were still doing some upgrades on that to just put it back to how it had needed to be.
Brilliant.
Which was great because it was freshly painted. But obviously it's not until you get into a property and you start working with people that, again, they're beautiful properties, but they're older properties.
They are, but having said that...
So there's been little things to upgrade, and for Terry jumps in, there's always something to upgrade in a house.
Yes, but we've upgraded both of them from top to bottom.
Yeah.
New carpets, new flooring,
Yeah.
white goods, new white goods. Everybody's got a freezer in the room. Amazing. I'm always the positive one, I know things.
Absolutely positive.
I know things have had to change and whatever.
No, not negative at all. But it's just the journey, isn't it? Of where we took over. In fact, in the last 6 months, we've added 2 new washing machines to the properties, 2 new freezers to the properties. As Terry said before, each room has got a small fridge that people can then put their items into.
Small fridge freezer.
Yeah, I think it's got a little tiny pocket for a freezer. Thank you. Some as we've gone along, have upgraded the beds, the mattresses. They've been painted last year, which included the residents, and we've done other painting as well. So new carpets to the communal areas, to the stairs and landing areas.
And even bedrooms have got new carpets.
Bedrooms as well have had new carpets.
So they've had
huge.
The totally upgraded, state-of-the-art, amazing properties. And yet we involved people. Service user involvement used to be big in housing. It still should be in tenant participation, they call it. We're big on it, and that's involving people in their own destinies, really.
Yeah.
Amazing. And we've seen some amazing results, really.
Yes.
I mean, we will talk about some of the results, but just top line stuff is the local MP, John Whitby MP, has just written us a 3-year anniversary celebration commendation, and it moved me to tears, didn't it, Jill, when I was reading it?
Yes.
Just about the countless lives changed, supported, transformed daily. We do much more than housing. It's been published anyway. Reduce crime, transform lives, communities, families, even our residents who are in supported housing then get involved in the community, involved in the charity work that we do. So food bank, all kinds of stuff. So we'll just talk a bit about the service really, because we spoke about it visionary when it first started.
Yes.
And then you walk it out. So what residents get, we'll both talk about this. So on a Wednesday morning in one property, it's housekeeping and tenancy development training. So it's preparing people for tenancies. Housekeeping, it's team, it's communication, it's leadership, and then they have a baked sandwich afterwards and a cup of tea. Come on. Incentivized. So that's good. Wednesday in one. Same Thursday in the other. Exactly what I just said. And then we do on a Thursday night, generally, we have a community meal where we do budgeting, so shopping, budgeting, food, buy, nutrition. So it's all life skills. And then food prep, meal, eat together. So communication, stuff. Because a lot of people are battling, and we heard it this morning in some of the stories, trauma.
Absolutely.
So anything from your childhood is described and medically said by doctors and all that field is trauma-based stuff. So a lot of that is talking stuff through, support, getting help through community and purpose. And of course we do one-on-one support sessions as well, and we do bespoke. We have a template that fits everything I've just said to you and more. We do food bank on Thursday nights, Friday nights, sometimes more, Sundays as well. Involvement in that and distribution, again, nutrition, food, security checks. We have 24/7 on-call, emergency on-call. We have that support 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days a week. And we also have 24/7 security that we have direct access to that goes to the police. And we work very closely with the police, and we honour them because we've seen crime not just drop but plummet.
Yes.
Not just in and around the properties, but in the community where we live. So that's amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. What else do you want to say to that, Jill?
Yeah, I was just sort of, as we were talking about when we were starting 3 years ago, I was just thinking about one of our residents that moved on within 3 months of us taking over, that he was actually very happy to start being, as you would call, a service user. So people that are resident within the properties, we asked him, would he like to paint an outdoor area that needed a little bit of uplift?
Oh, yeah.
And he said, I'd love to do that. And it was right next to where he was staying. And he just absolutely took to it, painted this area beautifully. And it's still, nearly 3 years later, still looking great from that paintwork that he did at that time. And he was successfully moved on to his own little pad there over in Bakewell. But I just thought that, for someone that actually, when we first went in, we did inherit a couple of people.
Yes.
And it was a big change for them because we introduced some sort of standards there that were not there before. People
couldn't have alcohol on site. No alcohol, no drugs. We introduced that.
No smoking.
12 o'clock curfew.
Yeah.
So to keep antisocial behaviour down. So these are things that we've introduced with the local council, with the police, with all our partners. Amazing. And that story is interesting because Simon Bainon, a really good friend of ours, one of our key partners at Derbyshire Dales District Council, he said, this guy, we can name him because he's very happy to be named, Bones was his nickname, but he used to see him begging outside one of the shops when he went out for his lunch. And when he saw pictures of him doing, being supported with us and Move On, he was showing it to his colleagues and he couldn't believe it was the same person. So we're seeing lives transformed. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And we've seen, we might as well talk about Move Ons because people go through a plan, a support plan and development Move On plan, holistic, and we've seen, I can think of 2 others, Stephen Speak, who moved on positively, again, through working with us, getting on the council list, property, getting funding for white goods and other things. We helped him move on. Exactly the same for Will Richardson Smith, positive move on.
Absolutely.
So there are 3 in just 3 short years, really.
Absolutely.
Which is really amazing. And there's lots of others, isn't there?
Absolutely. We have another person who moved on at the beginning of the year as well to a brand new place.
To a brand new property.
So, yeah.
That was amazing.
Really
phenomenal. So that's 4. We've had other people positively move on in other directions. You know, I'm just thinking of people who've moved on.
Yeah, probably got one going to be moving on soon.
We had Susie who moved on. She moved on positively.
Yeah.
Really, really good. And it's not all like, oh, great. But because there's challenges along the way. We heard today from a young man who's had childhood trauma and alcohol and drug issues. And we've had to, we call it positive confrontation. So when you've got a disciplinary procedure, you all to it tight and dear, because that holds things together along with the support.
Yeah.
And it's the way that you positively confront. So discipline doesn't need to be a dirty word. It's confronting negative behaviour that is against house rules or law.
Yes.
And we do that with empathy and compassion, but of course you're firm with it. Yeah. And he's responded well to it. And if people get evicted from our properties, what do we say, Jill?
They've evicted themselves.
They've evicted themselves because of their behaviour. So amazing. And we've done community events, and our residents get involved in the community events. We've taken people to London. We're taking people, we do regular socials. We take people out for meals. Again, social interaction and developing links in the community are very, very important. So we take people out for meals regular. Jill does regular ladies' days with the ladies. Tell them about the ladies' days, Jill.
Yeah. Obviously, Terry would say it's just coffee and cake, but it's not. It's getting together and just having a catch up. And how often would you take it for granted that you might ring a friend or connect with someone and go and have coffee? Or perhaps as older you get, sometimes that happens less and less because you're busy doing other things. But it's so important just to take a little bit of time out. Would you like to come out for coffee, a little chat? Little catch up. I think on my last one, I did some sort of not teaching, but encouragement around what it means to be a lady and fashion and style and we talked a little bit about art and things like that, things that people are interested in, and we want to gather around some of those things, but taking people to different environments.
Getting them in bigger environments where a lot of people don't feel worthy. And it's great what you say, because also our good professional friend and colleague, Paul Ratcliffe, said that stuff is the glue that holds it together, and we're a Rolls Royce standard facility, and please don't leave us. So a big shout out to Paul Ratcliffe as well. Did a lot of work with him and Bex, all with the ship supporting us improvement plan. And amazing. So in line with that, we're taking our residents, celebratory, coming up to 3 years, to the coast in a couple of weeks. So we're going with a local business, Slacks, coaches, to...
We're going to the Lincolnshire seaside. We're going to Cleethorpes.
We're going to Cleethorpes. So again, all building community. So it's really great. So our partners, we're so thankful to you. Our friends, our residents, you're doing amazing. I always say that. And we can see much. It's easy for us to look on and look in and see how well you're doing. Amazing. And we're just getting started. It's like John Whitby said. He said, I look forward to them expanding and doing more. And if you want to apply, there's links below, rivernetworkcharity.org.uk/housing. Very easy referral or self-referral process and interview and stuff like that. And it was very good this morning what one of our residents said, who'd come from Sandra and the videos there, the story. She'd been in high intense, she'd had childhood trauma, she'd had addiction issues, she'd been intensive addiction, but she got referred to us because she still needed support. So some people say, oh, they're moving on from rehab, they should be in general needs. No, that's when people relapse and fail, and it costs the government more money. Absolutely. It costs society more money. So that is not right. And we're challenging that at this moment in time, that people who move from rehab, no, you can't move them in general needs housing because they'll relapse. And the statistics all prove this, and they'll be back on Class A controlled drugs or alcohol, and they're in the revolving door. So, no, people need support in housing with childhood trauma and addiction issues, and we're seeing breakthrough in this area, and we're seeing people's lives transformed and living positive lives. And come on, there's legislation to protect this, and humanity and dignity. That's another thing John Whitby said. We provide a new start, fresh start. We give people dignity and honour. People are more than application forms. People are more than text on a page. They're real, and that's why we're doing these videos, that people can see that it's real lives being transformed. Anything you want to say to that, Jill?
Yeah, there is actually. As you've just been saying some things there, I can think back to personally to my own family, growing up with an older brother who had challenges and did go into a supported housing environment, and he actually did go into his own place. But in hindsight,
he went in too early.
He would have been better remaining in a supported housing environment, because he wasn't able in himself to put those boundaries. He needed support from other people. He needed that guidance. He didn't have that in his own self, and that was very challenging for my parents, who wanted him to live his own life, and they weren't able to offer him that support as he grew into adulthood. And
what happened to him as a
yeah, and I suppose the difficulty is at the age 44, my brother died, and that was because he wasn't able to put those boundaries in. He wasn't able to care for himself. He wasn't able to make the right choices about food and how to care for himself.
And alcohol, and he got moved into general needs housing too soon. Fact, and he died. And Jill and I went and identified his body in the hospital, and it wasn't a pretty sight.
Absolutely.
And I've had issues myself, childhood trauma and other issues, but the good thing is, we're here to offer support, guidance, development, move on, and it's amazing. But so we just want to highlight those things, because there's legislation to protect people, and there's people to protect people and support them with care and move on, but at the right time and offering the right places. So anything else we can shout out to? Any Rotary Club, Mallock Rotary refurbished a couple of rooms for us. I think it was B&Q who refurbished the other rooms. No, it was Screwfit. It was Screwfit. B&Q are doing some more funding for us to take them up a level even more, because it's called I'm trying to think about what it's called, Jill. Architectural determinant.
Architectural determination. Or is that the same thing?
Architectural determination. Yeah. That your environment can produce lives like this way. Most people don't travel more than 5 miles from where they were born. And if you come from some council estates, and I only said rough council estates like me, you might not travel more than 5 miles and die, and all issues that, areas of poverty bring. So breaking poverty mentality off people and getting them in environments, and not just telling people you're worthy, but making them feel that they're worthy by offering them excellence in housing, just like we'd want. Do unto others as you'd have people do unto you. How would we like to live? So, anything else, Jill?
And a big shout out to Marks and Spencer.
Marks and Spencer.
Who have been supporting us, or we've been working with them for the past just
Food
over
Bank.
5 years for Food Bank. And also to Lidl in Chesterfield, where we're also, we have another amazing, so we'll talk about that probably on another podcast, where part of the local community is being supported there, and
Schools.
there's a school that's actually seeing more children attend on a Wednesday because there's been food provided.
50% it's gone up.
It's huge. Really,
And
really
think
good.
about that. That is homelessness prevention at core.
Yes.
Those young people, if they weren't getting in school and being supported, like I said about architectural determinism, where would they end up? So we're preventing homelessness as well. And we're very passionate about this. We've given our lives to it. Like, remember when I first went in the meeting, one of the first meetings at the council, and somebody said, oh, I've heard all this before. I said, excuse me, you've not heard it from me. I said, this will be different. We've laid our lives down for this, and we really, really have. Because people are worth it.
Absolutely.
Anything else we want to say, Jill? Any big shout outs to anybody?
I know we've already mentioned the Rotary Club, but they've also been instrumental in providing opportunity on a Victorian market at Christmas times.
Yeah.
So again, being able to meet the community. Our residents have been actively involved in working with that for the last few years as well.
Yes.
So that's been, thank you so much to the Rotary Club for that opportunity.
Amazing, and thanks to our board, our staff, our volunteers, our partners and friends, and thanks to you. Thanks for tuning in. But stay tuned. We're going to have coming up amazing community events celebrating transformed lives, partnerships, families. We're going to have food, fun, music, and you want to be there. There'll be some great VIP guests. I want to give a shout out to the Furies, who are very supportive of what we do. They're big on mental health. John Fury in particular, who we helped through prison ministry and the chaplaincy there. Many, many people. Lots of high-profile people all around these amazing media studios. Big shout-out to Cromford Mills, where we do our media stuff.
Absolutely.
In this 21st century media age. We hope we've not forgot anybody.
There's so many charities that are actually there and support other charities as
all
well.
All the other housing providers and referrers and P3 and all the local councils we work with.
Absolutely.
Amazing. The county council, the leader of the county council came, Alan Graves, gave some certificates out, honoured the refurb that we'd done, cut it with scissors. Crime Commissioner,
We've had
John Whitby MP, the leader of Derbyshire Dales District Council, Steve Fittier, who we've done a lot of chatting with and working with strategically at the Rotary meals. Anybody else?
And Andy Flute, who has been an amazing support for our guys. And really, he's come along for the last maybe 2 or 3, I think maybe each year that we've been launching.
Ex-professional boxer. Amazing story, had his own challenges, so shared life experiences, coaching people forwards. The mighty Phil Starbuck, he played for Cloughie, world champion footballer, amazing guy, big support, big friend.
Absolutely.
John Bradwell, legal agent, investigator, founder and co-chair of Lighthouse Homes. Darren Julie at Mattersea, amazing people. He worked at Lighthouse Homes. I've had a lot to do with Lighthouse Homes.
P3. I'm trying to think of
I said P3.
As soon as you sort of
The Way now, because Mel's now at The Way with Jackie. Everybody, Arc Housing, Enjoy Properties Limited, and anybody else who knows me. So I used to say on the radio, do you remember?
No.
So exciting days ahead. Exciting days we're living in. The human resilience, and when you support people and tap into that and get them to tap into their own human resilience and comeback factor is huge.
Absolutely. Lifting communities, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yes, a rising tide then lifts all ships. So thank you. Send this out to other charities, other councils, other referrers, people who might need supported housing, family, friends. Spread, like, comment, share, subscribe. Any last thoughts from you, Jill, before we go?
I think we've covered everything I can think of at this moment in time. I'm sure I'll be thinking of something after.
Yeah, we'll leave and we'll think we should have spoken about that. But we can do some more talks about it, can't we? And you're going to get more testimonies and stories from our residents and ex-residents to inspire you and encourage you.
Yeah.
So it's goodbye from Jill.
And it's goodbye from Terry.
And it's River Network Housing on River Network Television. We'll see you soon. Ciao for now.